Shalom everybody, I'm very happy to be here again this year. It's a great pleasure. And I would like to thank Gal and Ron for their welcome, as well as to their team for their great organization. So we talked a lot about fixed wing today so far, so it's now time to switch to rotary wings and helicopters. So Airbus is pretty well known for the fixed wings, but there is also Airbus helicopters with a huge market, not only for the military, but a lot for the civil market, and also dedicated to the civil and parapublic. So we have created, because it's a huge growth for this market, we have created 5 years ago a dedicated brand called Airbus Corporate Helicopters, really dedicated to this growing market of the private and business aviation. So today approximately 6,000 aircraft, helicopter aircraft are flying for this dedicated market, which represent approximately 21% of the global fleet of helicopters in the world, which is approximately 25,000 aircraft. And approximately 2,000 of them are dedicated for Airbus corporate helicopters. We deliver approximately 200 aircraft dedicated to this market per year, which is a huge growth now, and it's continuing to grow. And from 2020, we are Airbus corporate helicopters, approximately representing 67% of the market. So we are number one, and we continue, and we intend to continue being the first one. We really focus on the growth of this market, not only in the region, but worldwide. And we expect a growth of approximately 13%, which is quite important. And we have lots of intentions, especially in the region and in Israel. So, for example, last year, we had a huge growth, and we delivered 108 aircraft. And you can see here the whole range, because the whole range of Airbus is dedicated as well for the utility aircraft, but also public and private aviations, starting from the smallest one, which is the H125. Both 125 and 130 are light single-engine aircraft, up to after the twin-engine aircraft, starting with the 135, 145, and after we enter the medium-range aircraft with the 160 and 175. Then we have a bigger aircraft, which is the H225, but mainly for a governmental purpose. As of today, we have several of these aircraft flying in Israel. The 145, for example, the 135, which we delivered last year to a private owner, and the 125, which is pretty well known here in Israel. So, a quick throwback, because as I said, we created ACH 5 years ago. So, a throwback on 22 and early 23. So, we delivered the brand new ACH 160, which is the latest generation aircraft. So, we delivered the first ACH 1 in Brazil last year. And we recently delivered the first one to the Middle East early this year in a country not too far from here. We continue because we have 2 aircraft dedicated, all the aircraft are dedicated for corporate, but we took 2 aircraft with special branding, the 130 for the Aston Martin dedicated finish, and the 145 Mercedes-Benz. So we continue the partnership with these 2 brands, and for example, for the Aston Martin, we delivered the 18th aircraft, and we took the opportunity to extend the partnership with this company and change the trim and finish of this aircraft. Same for the Mercedes-Benz. We also continue the partnership with this aircraft and this company, and took the opportunity to change the cabin again to improve and continue requesting strong demand of the market. Let's focus now on the 130. So as I said, we delivered so far 18 aircraft, a bit worldwide, and we intend to deliver the first one hopefully very soon in Israel. We delivered 10 aircraft, so it's a great success for this aircraft, and we are very happy of this partnership with Aston Martin. Let me show you a small movie. Images are better than words. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, we don't provide the card with the helicopter, huh? So you'll have to purchase it separately. Now let's go to a bigger aircraft, a twin-engine aircraft, which is the H145. So we sell this aircraft in a regular private aviation, but as I said, we have a dedicated brand with Mercedes. So like this, we can provide to our customer different finish lines, the regular aircraft, Airbus corporate helicopter line, or the Mercedes-Benz. And so it brings some superior performance and unmatched flight experience. We have a new version of the 145, we call it 5-blade, but in fact it's the D3 version. We added a 5th blade, not only to increase the performances of the aircraft, but also the comfort, especially on the vibration level. Now we removed all the equipment which are dedicated on helicopters to reduce the vibrations, because with this 5th blade, you have no vibrations on the aircraft, which is a great comfort for the passengers. So as of today, we deliver the 25 new ACH 145, not the H145, which is the regular version. So it's a big success of this aircraft. This is why we continue the partnership with Mercedes. Again, a small movie on this aircraft. Again, for the yacht, don't come to me. So now, a bigger aircraft again, and it will be the last one I will talk about, the ACH 160. The ACH 160 is the latest aircraft we developed at Airbus Helicopter, so it's a medium-range aircraft. We started the first delivery last year of the H160, and the first delivery of an ACH 160 last year as well to Brazil. And more recently, early this year, in the region, in the Middle East, of an ACH 160 again. So we are very proud of these deliveries, and everything is going well, and the customers are very happy. The aircraft is so far certified for almost all the authorities, except yet for the FAA, because it's taking a bit more time than expected. So we expect to have the FAA certification this year, so which will allow us finally to deliver the first aircraft to North America. With this aircraft, we have a lot of improvement, not only in the cabin, as you can see, it's a very spacious cabin, but we improved a lot technology-wise the performances of the aircraft, but also the level of comfort, vibration-wise, but also noise and fuel consumptions. Noise, for example, we changed the shapes of the blades, as you will see or have been able to see, and which increased not only the performances of the aircraft, but the noise reduction outside, but also inside the cabin. With this aircraft, for example, the 160, but the bigger one, the 175, as opposite to the other helicopters, where you need to have a headset on board, with the 160 and the 175, you don't need at all any headsets in the cabin, meaning that you can fly like in a business jet. So this is a view of the comfort of the cabin. Obviously, for the 145, 160, and all the other aircraft, we can fully adapt the cabin based on the customer's expectations and requirements. Now again, a movie. Okay, so I will stop now for the aircraft presentation. I'm fully available during the rest of the day if you have any question or if you want to know a bit more about all the aircraft range. I would like to swap to a very important topic which all the OEM are now taking into consideration, is the sustainability. The role now of the aviation market is to reduce the fuel consumption and become totally green. It's coming. So even though helicopter represents only, if I can say, only 1% of the CO2 emission in aviation, we can still consider that it's too much, and we are working a lot on reducing this by different opportunities. So the most known is the sustainable aviation fuel. So as of today, all our aircraft range is certified to be able to fly with 50% of SAF, which is quite good. And we recently fly the biggest aircraft, the H225, with 100 SAF. So we are continuing working on this, and it's a good achievement for us. And now we are exploring other modes in order to continue reducing the fuel consumption. The eco mode, for example, it's totally new systems that we are trying to develop now on the new generation of aircraft, on the twin engine, obviously, because the goal is to be able to shut down one aircraft during the cruise in order to reduce the consumption of the fuel without affecting the performances of the aircraft. So the target is to be able to reduce by 15% the fuel consumption during the flight. After, another topic is the hybridization. So it's still under development. In fact, it's to reduce again by 10% the fuel consumption, not affecting the performance of the aircraft, but it's mainly, in fact, for all the interior, all the systems, electric systems, which instead of being getting the power from the engine, are getting the power from the battery. So like this, we can reduce by 10% the consumption. So this is still under development. And we see with the future, the full electrification of the aircraft, which are in development now with the automatic aircraft, the eVTOL for taxi in the cities, but this is still under development, but we are fully pushing for this solution. Rapidly, because I have to finish, so this is the target. Today, we are, as I was saying, flying with the SAF. And we see now the future, as I said, with the full electrification of the aircraft, and we follow and we work a lot in partnership with Airbus Commercial in order to target to have hydrogen aircraft in the future. So last, Airbus, as I said, helicopters is well known for the Airbus commercial corporate helicopter, but we worked a lot in partnership with Airbus corporate jets, which are pretty well known as well for the A320-19, but now recently with the A220 ACJ, and we delivered, ACJ delivered the first A220 recently in the region. So they are present in Dubai, and they have a growth market on this as well. That's all, and thank you very much for your attention, and I remain available if you have any questions or if you want more detailed information. Thank you very much.